Well, hello everybody, and welcome to LA Dodger Report. The big news over the past 24 hours has been the Dodgers' latest, biggest off-season acquisition, AJ Pollock. Welcome, new outfielder. Now, the big debate over this is, well, of course, is it a good move for the Dodgers? Is it a good pickup? And many folks in the debate are bringing in the Puig-Kemp move and comparing the two. Why get rid of Puig? They're comparing, if you're going to end up with Pollock in the end, if that's part of your plan and so on. Did that make the Dodgers better? And they're comparing stats between Puig and Pollock and so on. Well, listen, if you're making this argument, one important point that you're missing is something that I pointed out here at LA Dodger Report, a month ago, a couple of days after the Puig trade, when I mentioned this front office was never all in on Yasiel Puig. Anyway, ever since they came to town, they've been trying to trade Puig away. He really, face it, no matter how good he got, and he was starting to get better, and he was turning into a very good postseason athlete. But it didn't matter because the Dodger front office never saw Puig as a long-term Dodger. So all of this teeth gnashing over why get rid of Puig if you're going to end up with Pollock, are they equal, who's slightly better, doesn't matter, because that was never in the Dodgers' intentions anyway. Puig, for them, was always only here until they could move him. So Puig became part of that salary dump with Matt Kemp. Now, the other point about this trade that folks are arguing is about whether or not this is a good trade is AJ Pollock is injury prone. Folks making this argument. Now, there's, another contingent that's coming in and they're saying, well, Pollock isn't the kind of guy that just has a chronically bad throwing arm, or he's always pulling his hamstring or something like that, like it's a chronic recurring thing. The folks who are in on that injury debate are making the point that he seems to tire out toward the end of the season, and that's when his injuries seem to occur more often. Well, if that's the case, I have this to say about bringing over an injury-prone player, of whenever he's injury-prone, whenever it happens. Number one is the Dodgers love that kind of player. They love to acquire reclamation projects, often injured players, and then trying to see if they catch lightning in a bottle, and will that guy last long enough? Will his magic hold up over time? And hopefully not be a recurring injury situation. The other point is the Dodgers have the depth and the platoon kind of philosophy going on, which should help in Pollock's case. It should help that they can spot him games here and there. They've got a few guys. They have such outfield depth. They've got a few guys that can play center field in his place. And while they give up a right-handed bat, they don't give up a whole lot in defense. And so they can give him days off, and hopefully that's going to string Pollock's effectiveness out later into the season and hopefully into the postseason. All right, so let's hope that happens. Now, final take on this is that really this move creates more questions than answers. Number one, does this mean that they're going to move Jacque Peterson? We saw rumors that Jacque Peterson was going to be traded, and that was going to happen if Pollock came into the Dodger fold. Well, welcome, new Dodger. Is it goodbye, young Dodger? We shall see. That waits to be answered. Another question is, What does this mean for Andrew Toles, who consistently remains at the bottom of the totem pole for extra outfielders? Who knows what's going to happen? This brings us to the biggest question, the most important question of all. Does bringing AJ Pollock to the Dodgers make them a better team in 2019 than they were in 2018? Does this lift the Dodgers from perennial World Series second placers to finally getting them over the hump? Is he that player that's going to help them get over the hump? Remains to be seen. He's an above average player, and when healthy, it's not really a bad move overall. I didn't see AJ Pollock coming to the Dodgers prior, but I also never saw Brian Harper coming. So we were always going to get like a second tier free agent. We didn't necessarily get a scrub, so this might be a good move. I'm withholding judgment on Pollock to see how he reacts with a brand new team in a new stadium. We shall see. Not entirely bad, but I'm waiting to see also if the Dodgers are going to continue to make moves to get better, because believe me, that one player is not going to do it. Dodgers are still looking at, will they pick up a catcher? Will they pick up bullpen help before spring training opens? Remains to be seen. I'm not betting any money on a last second move, but one never knows with this front office. And we'll be here to report it to you when and if another big cleat drops. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. LA Dodger Report. See you next time. Peace.